Hi there, it's Jen, and it is Friday, August 29th, our last Friday in August. Hard to believe. I'm here live with you. If you're watching me live, just let me know. If you're catching the replay, let me know. I go live here every Friday and I make a card using Stampin' Up products from start to finish. So, what I like to do first is I like to do a draw from the week before. So, let me just pull in this here. So, this is what I made the week before, this cute little card. And I am going to do a draw from anyone who liked, commented, or shared my post, and I will do that draw. So let me say hello to Nicole first. Hello, hello. How are you, Nicole? And let me just pull up the share screen here. 1 minute. And then we'll get right to stamping. So here we go. Here's the screen. So if you like, comment, or shared, you're in the draw. My draw screen is right here. As long as you're Canadian and not a demonstrator, you can win. So let's see here. Marg, she loves the 6x6 paper size. Awesome, Marg. Then you should check out my paper shares. I've just sent out emails about that. If you are not on my email list, let me just pop up a banner here so you can see that. And I'll just go right to the craft desk too at the same time. Here we go. I think I have a banner. There we go. So congratulations to Mark. I will get that card. Oh, this was the one that I had messed up. And I redid it. So you can see there's two different versions of that 6x6 paper. They're both super cute. So I'm giving you this one because even once it messed up, I might have been eating chocolate when I fixed that one. So I'm giving you the good one, Mark. So that's in the mail to you. So to get in on today's draw, just comment, like, or share. Just two quick housekeeping things. I'm showing you something. I shouldn't even show you that part, but starting September 3rd, there'll be a new set of online exclusives. Can't show you. And also the mini catalog. So if you don't have this mini catalog and you're Canadian and you don't have a demonstrator, let me know and I'd be happy to pop that in the mail to you. Okay, and my email list is just along the bottom there. It's stampwithjen2ns.com. You sign up there and then you'll get all the things. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you really quick before I get to the card is a new kit that I got. Now I got two of them, so I've already made up some of the cards, but I thought I would show you the other one fresh, and then I'll show you some of the made up cards. So all these little kits, they come in a nice little box. They come often with an ink spot, so this is just a mini version of the ink pad. Super cute. They're very easy to open. I think I've got one right here. Here we go. Here's one. And it's not open. Oh yeah, it's open. Ta-da. You just open it like that. I usually will write on the name of the ink on the bottom, just so that if the lid does come apart, you can still tell what it is. So the first time you get, that's not what I want to say. That was about Paper Pumpkin. Here, let me dump this out. So this is what you get, a little package like this with the stamp set and the ink, like I said. And then inside the package, this is where I was going with this, there's a block. So it's a D block, which is one of the most common sizes. So all the parts of the stamp set will fit on that block. So that's kind of nice. It comes with any adhesives you need. So these are double-sided foam. And then it comes with, there's embellishments. So this one's got a little bit of twine. And then it comes with envelopes. So they're usually printed, which is very pretty. So there they are. Nice. And then whatever you need to make the card. So this is kind of a unique shape, which I'll show you the finished version in a minute. But again, pre-printed, and then the folding lines are there. You're going to stamp the greetings. You're going to punch out any extra little bits here and attach them all together. And this is called, oh, well, it would help if I show you the most important part here, which is the instructions. This one's called Bunch of Thanks Kit. And so it shows you the picture of the finished things, and then it shows you step by step what to do. And it's all visual, which is pretty awesome. So it says put 3 dimensionals, stamp this, add the twine. So it tells you exactly what to do, how long to cut it. They even give you a ruler on the side. Pretty much the only thing you need to add is like a pair of scissors, and everything else is there. So very cute. And I'll just show you a couple of cards that I made with this. Sometimes I vary up the cards, but for this one I didn't because they were super cute just the way they were. Let me just drop today's product all on the floor. Okay, so here, so look how cute that looks. So I'll leave one out like that. Again, super cute envelope. And then you pull them out. You can see there's different versions of this. So when you pull off this little string here, And then there's thanks a bunch. And then you can put whatever you want on the inside. So I put a little thank you. But how cute is that? I thought it was so adorable. So adorable. And then you can put that string back on there. So I just wanted to show you that. I'll put all this over here. Now I'm going to check to see what I'm missing, what fell on the floor. Maybe this and this. I might be cutting another piece because I don't know where my designer series paper went. Lying on the floor. Well, that's good. Maybe, oh, it's already here. I'm going to just show you the paper that I'm going to use. This is called Country Woods. No, I'm going to lose that again. So I'm going to just put it over to the side here. I really am organized, I promise. And I'm going to see who's watching in a second there too. So it's all this sort of woodsy, wood grain type papers. They're so pretty. In fact, I'm using this in an upcoming class because I just love it. It's so rusticy, and there's browns. And there's a dark brown. There we go. And then there's this little piece here that I'm going to use today. So they're just really nice papers. And they're in the main catalog. You can see here all the little bits and pieces I've used here. It's all sort of wood grain stuff, which is just, they're awesome for so many different types of cards. Okay, let's move on to today. I told you last week that I was feeling like it was kind of fallish, so that I was going to probably do a fall card soon. So I am starting with this one. It's called Amber Autumn. And so it's got this nice pumpkin set, which is what I'm going to use. Some pine cones. It's got a couple nice greetings here. Or you could use it definitely for a birthday in the fall or something like that. So that's what I'm going to work with today. And I'm going to start. I've got a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 basic white cardstock. Let me just take that banner off there. And I'll say hello to Paulette and Mark and Vila. How are you guys all? Thank you for joining me today. So nice to have people live with me here. I'm going to take the pumpkin stamp, which I've already mounted, and I'm going to use my Tuxedo Black Memento ink. I'm going to tap it all over. I do it upside down because the stamp is bigger than the ink pad, and that way I can be sure to get in all the little grooves because this is quite a detailed stamp. I press down firmly, and there we go. Isn't that a beautiful image? Love it. So I'm going to give that a second to dry because we're going to use Blends markers on it. And I'll bring in my card base. This is Cloud Cover. And this will be my chance to remind you too that the in color sale, so any products that have in colors in them, so it doesn't just have to be like the Cloud Cover cardstock, although that is part of it as well, are 15% off until the end of the month. So that end of the month is Sunday. So be sure and check that out. Okay, and I've got my little wee piece of designer series paper. I did cut 2 just in case I make a boo-boo. So let me stamp that right now. I'll grab my early espresso, and I've got the thanks. This is from the stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that down towards the bottom. Now, this is red rubber. So these are one of the stamps that I've mentioned that are going to be retired by the end of the year. This style, instead we're just going to have the photopolymer, which is the clear stamps. So one of the nice things about the photopolymer is you can see through them. So these ones here, you have to be a little cautious. So what I'm going to do is grab a little scrap paper, this one here, and I always like to stamp them first just to see how they're going to stamp. So I can see with this one here that there's that big T is kind of lower. So when I stamp, I'm going to adjust just a little bit so that it lines up nicely because I want that HAN, the Hanks part, to be straight. So that's usually how I compensate with those ones. But that will be a nice part of the changes that are coming because it'll make it super easy to line everything up. Okay, so hello to Donna and hello to June. June's joining me live today. That's awesome. Okay, so I am coloring today, and I love to color, guys. I really do. So if you don't love to color, this may not be for you, but hopefully I can give you some tips. And yes, I have a lot of colors here, and that's because I have them. But if you didn't have them, you would just make do, and you would do things with less colors. You would do more shading with similar colors. Like you can go back over stuff and make it darker by going back over it, and that is totally fine and doable and something that I would recommend you do if you've got less colors. So I'm starting with Lemon Lolly, and I've just covered those 2 to kind of give it a base. And then I'm going to go to Darling Duckling, which is also one of the in colors. So anything with this color in it, including the color itself, is on that sale. So I've just outlined the corn. I think this is such a pretty fall image. Like, I'd love to have this at my front door if I didn't think the critters would eat it all. And then I'm going to take the dark Darling Duckling, and I'm just going to add some spots to the corn, because we know corn isn't perfectly all one color. And then I'm going to start adding some shading to this gourd. So I'm just doing the outline here right now, and I'm going to go back in with the light Darling Duckling, and I'm going to just add more color. And I know gourds don't always exactly be one color, so I'm going to add some light Granny Apple Green here as well. So let me hold that up so far so you can see it. So it's very subtle. I might add some dark onto that as well. But while I have the light Granny Apple Green out, I'm going to do the leaves here on the corn, which I think come out here. And there's some leaves here. I'm going to add a bit of green to that, maybe a little bit of green to this. Okay, so kind of rough so far. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the fun part. Let's go with the light peach pie. And first of all, I'm going to add some dots here to the corn again, because it can be a little orangey. And then with a brush tip, I'm going to add some color here. So tell me what you're doing for the long weekend. Have you got any plans? We have absolutely no plans, which is highly unusual and might change. But right this minute, I'm loving the idea that we have no plans. So I've got that right there. I'm going to fill in a little bit more of that white spot later. But right now, I just want to have it be kind of where the light is hitting this. So this is now the dark peach pie. And I'm just going over the middle and the outside, along the bottom a little bit, making it a beautiful pumpkin. Joining live. Hello, Phyllis. How are you? And I'm going to now add the light Timid Tiger, because it's a little bit darker, and just go over some of those lines again. And the artist has actually given us some shading. So you can see that kind of the black areas right down in here. I'm going to make those dark. And along the top of the pumpkin. Okay, and then while I have this color out, I'm going to color this other pumpkin in a light Timid Tiger. They do not have to be the same, the two colors of pumpkins, because of course none of them are the same. I find I need to turn things around to be able to really see. With the blends markers, you don't want to go right to the edge, because then it'll bleed out a little bit on you. So, oops, I forgot to leave my white line on that one. We'll just make it there. I just want to, where the light is hitting it, maybe it would be a little bit lighter. I'm also going to add a little bit of orange in here to the leaves and add some more dots to the corn. Okay, so let me show you where I'm at so far. Do you guys like to color? Tell me, are you colorers? And if you do, what do you color with? So this is now the dark Timid Tiger. And I'm just doing the same thing, going on the lines and where the artist has made, not me, the artist has made some lines to sort of let us know where to sketch. Okay, I'm going to now grab, I'm going to go back to the light peach pie, and I'm going to just very lightly fill in that one spot and that one spot. And this is a great part of the blends. If you don't have blends, this is called a color lifter. And it basically is good for corrections, but it's also good to just lighten areas. So I'm going to just try and lighten those areas right there. So again, it makes it look like it's a bit of a sun hitting that, and it just elevates it, makes it look awesome. Okay, so I don't feel like this gourd is dark enough. So I'm going to go in with the dark Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to add just a bit more. That's good. They're like just kind of discolored, which I think is what gourds look like. I'm going to add some dark Granny Apple Green to these corn leaves, and maybe a little bit around the edges of this leaf here. It's like a green leaf that started to turn, and it's not turned all the way. There's another one up here too. Okay, now I've got a crumb cake, my favorite color always. I'm going to just add it to the ground here. They've even given us that ground to do that. And I'm going to take the small tip here, and I'm going to just, where there's kind of wheat, I'm going to just do that. It's kind of a curly thing here. I did that one in green. I'm going to color it over. I'm going to add some light crumb cake to the stems, which is really not showing, and a little bit around the leaf. Just starting to get a little brown. Okay, and I want that to go a little darker, some of that wheat. So I've got light pecan pie. So this is, again, where if you didn't have all those browns, you would just go lighter with some of the colors and then go over top of it again just to add more color to it. Let's do the gourd stem and these other stems with the light pecan pie. I'm going to look at your comments in just a second. Okay, I feel like we need a little bit more brown on this leaf here. I'll hold that up so far. Isn't it beautiful? Coloring, live coloring, love coloring when the TV's on. Oh yeah, me too. Although it can't be something I really have to watch because then I have my head down too much. I'm adding a little bit of darkness to the bottom of that stem. And I'm just going to blend it out just a little bit with the light pecan pie. Just because, again, feeling like it's going to be darker towards the bottom. Okay, so I think I see another leaf here that needs to go green. And I feel like I need to blend out this leaf a little bit because it's looking a little stripy. And let's add in some light peach pie and kind of give it a bit of an orange hue. Every time I've done this, and I've made a few of these cards actually, they all look different. So you'll see my other sample, it looks a little bit different. But I think that's looking pretty good so far. I'm liking it. If I color, it's with blends. Yeah, they seem to be the way to go because they're so beautiful, right? And they just, they really elevate what you do. So I'm going to take now my light cloud cover. Because you might have been wondering, why is she coloring orange pumpkins and using cloud cover? Well, I don't know if you know, but on the color wheel, which would have been good if I had mine right handy. I'm looking to see if I do. Nope. Anyways, blue and orange are opposite each other on the color wheel, so they look really great together. And cloud color is a nice soft blue, so it is almost a neutral. It's almost got a gray tone to it. I really love it, and I love it for sky, which is kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just making this image pop a little bit with adding that. Anyways, I have one done already, so I'm going to show you that one. She said, hopefully. Got the one that went flying, and I can't find it. Oh, nope, here we go. So just have a look. So this side here is not colored, and then this one is, and you can see the difference on how much it really makes it pop when you've got that little outline there. Check that out. Fussy cutting for the next shoebox swap. Well, you've got, oh, that's awesome, Paulette. So Paulette is a demonstrator in my group, and we get together often. And in October, we're getting together. And so Paulette, when she says fussy cutting, it means she's cutting out something, which is kind of cool. Okay, so I'm going to use this one because it's already done. I'll finish that one later. And I'm going to attach it here to my card base. I just think those colors are absolutely beautiful together. Love it. And my tape is about to run out. I've got another one handy. Okay, so because I've already folded this, I want to make sure my card is opening correctly first. So I'll stick that on there. Okay, and I've already got my greeting piece hiding. Here we go. I should have probably made sure it fit first. Yeah, it does. Oh, and oh, silly me. Oh, well, we'll put the ribbon around the whole card. I'll show you what I meant to do with the ribbon. And then we'll do a different version. See, there's no mistakes. So I'm going to add that on there. Again, I love that wood grain look. It's got a little hint of like a blue-gray, which makes it really match really nicely with this, I think. Now I've got two choices. I need your help. I've got the cloud cover ribbon, which I think would be lovely. I'm going to wrap it around the whole front of the card like that. Be very pretty. Or I have this timid tiger, which is also a lovely color. We'll match that back pumpkin and some of the front pumpkin. I do have my original sample done with timid tiger, so if you wanted to see what the other one looked, we'd go with cloud cover. But if you really think this one looks better, we'll do that. So let me know which one you think. I'm actually going to come in here and just add a little bit more cloud cover here, because I see it needs it. Just missed a few areas, and I'll check your comments. Well, I see what you're saying. Hello to Donna and Phyllis. We said hi. Um, uh, Donna says she likes combining blends and watercolor pencils. Yeah, watercolor pencils are lovely too. And Nicole says orange. Okay, so we're going to go orange. So this is the Timid Tiger. It's a nice color. It's like a pumpkin pie is a brighter color. This is a more rich color, I think is the word I want to say. So it's quite lovely. And I'm not a big orange fan, but you know, you got to have orange for pumpkins. I think actually I'm going to do this in a little knot too, which is not what I did on my original, only because of the way I'm doing this. And I'm just going to make sure it's flat on the inside here. I'm really making this awkward for myself. This, for some reason, I need to have this on the right-hand side, maybe because I'm right-handed. And that marker's in my way. Go away, you. Okay, so, oh, I'm going to have to cut this because it's just driving me crazy. Okay, I usually just wait to cut it so I don't cut too much, but them's the breaks. We're going to just do this. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to make sure it's straight. And I'm going to tie a little knot. There might even be enough to tie a bow if I really wanted to here. Let's see what we can do here. I'll make it look different than the original. The bow may be too much. We'll see, because it's a wide ribbon. This is in the catalog. Yeah, the bow's too much. Okay, so we're just going to do a knot. And I'm just going to trim that off on an angle. Okay. That's pretty. I'm going to trim that more. I have on my original, I think I'll add it to this. This is new Baker's Twine. It comes in a package with olive and early espresso. So these things are all available on September 3rd. That's when the stamp set and the twine, all that comes available. The markers, of course, are available now, as is the papers. Those are all available now. I'm going to tie this, and maybe we'll do this into a little bow. And then I'll show you my original, and you'll have to tell me which one you prefer. So I just start with a big loopy bow like that, and then I slowly pull the ends and tighten, pull the ends and tighten. Do you have any tricks for bow making? Okay, so that's pretty. It brings through the browns here and the orange. Very, very pretty. Okay, we're going to add some bling to it. We always add bling. Not always, but almost always. So I've got here these in color dots. Again, they would be one of the ones that are on sale for 15% off. And I'm going to add, we've got the Darling Duckling on here, so I'm going to add Darling Duckling. And we've got the Timid Tiger, so I'm going to add Timid Tiger. And we have the cloud cover, so I'm going to add cloud cover as well. And we'll have all of the gems in here. I'm trying to decide, do I want it there or there? I think I'm going to do there, which is where I put it on my original too. So there you go. There is our beautiful autumn card. I would put a piece of white on the inside as well. Not that you can't write on this. It's a light enough color, but just to make it look more finished. So here's my original one. So you can see that I just did the ribbon so that it was tucked under this piece. And I just did a straight piece, which is a good way to do ribbon if you're not good at tying it or if you don't have lots of it. And then I just did the little twine bow there. So I'm not sure which one I like better. The bigger one here with the extra bow or the little one down there. And as far as coloring goes, they're pretty similar, but there's always a little bit. So on my original here, you can see I've got a little bit more highlight going on there because I did leave some space, but I think they still both look good. So a little more green showing on this gourd than on this one. And the leaves are, well, they're similar on them both. So very nice autumn card, Neil says, isn't it? I mean, you know, I'm sad to see summer go, but you know, there's something very lovely about pumpkins and fall and all that stuff. So that's what I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed that. And like I said, look for, like I said, the in color sale before the end of the month, and then be looking for these new things like Amber Autumn coming September 3rd. So I wish you all, oh, hello, Fran, you're just joining us. You'll have to rewind and check out the card I just made. And be sure to like or comment or share, and then you can get in the draw to win this card, which I'll do next week. So I'm wishing you all a wonderful long weekend. Have fun, whatever you're doing, and I will see you all again next week. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.